What's up, everyone? You probably thought this series was dead. You probably thought Billabob will never make Sky Village Survival Season 4 Episode 3. But you are a fool for thinking so. I realized it's been 7 months since the last episode of this, like 2 days ago. And I figured, man, I should probably make a new one. Since then, I've got a new skin. It's basically just like an updated version of my old one. There's definitely things about it I don't like as much as the old one, but overall I think it's better. I don't know, I just kind of wanted like a more modernized version of my old skin that used like multiple layers and stuff. I've been cooking some potatoes here, so we're just going to be branching out to some new villages today. And the topic of this episode is going to be like mobile games, right? Because I have spent a lot of time playing mobile games, and I just kind of want to talk about it because I feel like mobile games are kind of underappreciated in today's world, you know? People don't see mobile as like an optimal way to do things when really, I mean, phones and like tablets are kind of, I'm not going to say the way of the future, but they're definitely a large medium that are just going to become more and more prevalent as more time passes. So we're going to talk about that. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I need to turn up my render distance to try and find a new village. Okay, there's a village over there that we can go to, but first I'm going to take out this slime that I hear in here. I don't know why we would need slime, but, you know, I'll take it. I still have no idea how we're supposed to go to the end. I still haven't decided that. Maybe, like, I don't know, we're gonna need to come up with some currency. I keep saying, like 7 months ago at least, I kept saying, leave a comment down below of how you think I should get to the end, and nobody leaves a comment down below on how they think I should get to the end. This time, I'm not even kidding. You better leave a comment down below. Whatever. I was checking the analytics on the last video, and the audience retention was like 14%, which, you know, that's expected. I knew it was going to be like super low. Only 4% of people watched to the very end, which, you know, shout outs to those 4 people. So yeah, mobile games. The App Store these days, I'm going to just say the App Store because I had an iPhone for quite a while. I have an Android now. I switched, but like, I'm just going to say the App Store because that's what I'm used to saying still. But like nowadays, it's so much different than it used to be. The thing is, right, the App Store now is filled with companies like Voodoo and Catch App that just they hire developers. They don't even hire developers. They're just freelance developers that have them like publish their mobile games basically to try and make money. At least I'm fairly certain that's how it works. And then they just publish as many as they can that are like these low quality, I think they're called like super casual games or something, that anyone can just pick up and play at any time. And I see the effects of this, you know, because I'm still in like high school and stuff. So I see when like a hyper casual, I think it's hyper casual game becomes like really popular, like the one where you shot the balls at the like top of the screen, like kind of like Bubble Bobble, like your Puzzle Bobble, except like balls. You know what I'm talking about, right? And then there's also like Hole.io, and there's a lot of them go under the radar by like a lot. But then there's the ones that just become a big hit, and it feels like everyone is playing them. Except they're just also such oh, and like Ryder, you know that one game? Yeah, they're just like so big, except no one really like cares, and then they just get left behind after like a month. That's like the current state of the App Store. But man, and you know, some of those games are cool, but like man, if I just gotta say, the old mobile games were so much better than the hyper casual ones you can't play for more than like that long. We got like Angry Birds, Cut the Rope. I think there was this one called Gomi I used to play that was like you were a little red ball and you had to like clean up the world. And instead of being these like big producing companies just hiring a bunch of developers to make stuff for them to make as much money as possible, it was like these, I don't want to say indie developers because, I mean, I guess Rovio, like that's kind of an indie studio, or at least it was. It's much bigger now. Or at least I think it is. I don't even know. Where is Rovio now? They have like 2 movies, so they must not be doing too bad, you know? But like it was these smaller studios and single developers making these games that were optimized for mobile. And back then, like there were a lot of companies that tried to port their like legacy backlog to freaking mobile phones. Like, you know, even Sega, they released the ports of Sonic 1 and 2 that were like really garbage before the Christian Whitehead ports. And it wasn't just Sega. There were a whole bunch of companies that were trying to like port their console games over to mobile, and it just didn't work because it took a while for people to understand that like for games to be successful on the App Store, they have to be like optimized for the App Store, like Fruit Ninja and Cut the Rope and Angry Birds. And these games, they weren't like hyper casual games, but they weren't like full on console games either. And that's the exact mark between where it really struck gold, you know? Games that you can just pick up, play for a little while, and then like put down. That was the good stuff. And there was like a lot of content to go through. There was still a bunch of different levels. Now that I think about it, a lot of them, like, you remember Where's My Water? That was one too. It's just like a single concept that can have a whole bunch of levels built around it, like as much as possible, you know? So that makes sure that there's a lot of new content for people to play, as well as having like a good formula that you can just pick up whenever, you know? But it wasn't like, the thing is, it wasn't super optimized, because even mobile games today still kind of use that formula. Like all the hyper casual games, they're still smaller games with a very repetitive gameplay style that have a bunch of different levels, or not levels, just like stages for you to get through, if you know what I'm talking about. It's still generally the same idea. It just has been optimized to a T now. So it's like, okay, we can put in the least amount of work possible while still having this be a popular game. Whereas back then, it at least felt like there was more work put into it, you know? And we got garbage. Great. And I know it sounds a lot better. Like, this wasn't even that long ago is the thing. It was like, God, I don't know what year. It was like more than 5. It was like 10 years ago. That's what I'm going to go with. This all was only about like 10 years ago. And since then, everything's just changed so much. And I'm not trying to be like, back in my day, things were so much better than now. But like, really, you look at the top grossing apps and like quality of the apps in like that time period, and then the ones now, and the ones then just have so much more soul to them, you know? Oh my God. I have keep inventory on, so that wouldn't have been too bad, but I would not want to walk all the way back here, man. Oh my God. And what was the other one? Tiny Wings. That was like a popular one too. It's just like, I don't know. There's definitely a place in today's market for like these newer mobile games, you know? Like, I don't even know. Like Clash Royale. Is that bad for saying that's like relatively new? It still feels like it's new. I'm pretty sure it's been out for multiple years now though. But like a lot of people seem to like that. And there's just a bunch of games like that still kind of keep that older feeling while still being optimized to today's market, you know? Generally, like console porting to mobile has not increased, but the quality of those games has increased tenfold. Like, it's not just the Sonic 1 and 2 ports that have been better. There's like Grand Theft Auto ports that are like way better than they used to be, I'm pretty sure. Armorer. Ooh, I do need a helmet. I don't have any emeralds though, so classic Sky Village survival fashion, I am going to have to punch you off. So you're probably thinking like, okay, that's cool and all, like, oh, you missed the good old days, what's new? The point is, like, I think mobile games have, this is kind of a separate tangent, but they're sort of related, you know? The mobile market has a massive place in this next generation especially. I think people like don't like to think about how much kids these days, I'm sorry if this is coming off really bad. I'm literally not even that old. I swear, I'm not like complaining about today. It's an observation. A lot of people don't want to think about how much, like, not just like high school kids, but like especially younger kids, like elementary and middle school kids, are like using phones and stuff for things that computers used to have to be used for. Example 1, video editing. Go on like any Gacha Life YouTube video or any video that was like made by a kid, and it most likely has a big like edited by Power Director watermark in the corner, because it's a lot easier to have access to a tablet or a phone than a computer with like Premiere on it, and it's so much more accessible. And I think that's the big thing, because you don't need to get on your computer if you can do everything on the phone, right? And it's not like these editing softwares are bad either necessarily. I've seen some crazy like chroma key masking stuff done on, I don't know if it was Power Director, it was some mobile editing software, but they're kind of crazy for being on phones. And it's not just that, it's also video watching. I'm pretty sure something like 60% of YouTube videos are watched on mobile phones, as opposed to the like 0% that used to be, because that wasn't even really a feasible thing. And that's so crazy, like how fast phones have developed into being this primary source. Because obviously, I mean, the primary viewers on YouTube, the primary viewers for pretty much every channel, my channel included, are kids, because kids have the most time to watch like videos and stuff, you know? And so it makes sense that if you don't have a computer and you're doing like everything on your phone, like a lot of it is these days, a high increase in phone viewership. That sentence made sense. You know what I mean. And that kind of introduces the question that I've had, at least, about landscape versus vertical orientation on phones, you know? Because not just for like videos, but also mobile games. Back to this, there's games that support vertical and there's games that support horizontal, and the same thing with videos. You can either watch it vertical and it'll be like really small in the top, or you can like scroll through the comments at the same time, or you can watch it horizontal, which is how most monitors are set up. So that's the standard aspect ratio for pretty much everything online video related. But the thing is, if there's this big uptick in people who are using mobile phones, don't you think it makes more sense for like a vertical aspect ratio for phones to become standard? Like, I don't think we're going to phase out 16:9 entirely, because I think that computers and monitors are still going to have their place, because it's just a lot more convenient to do things on computers than it is to do it on phones, you know? But if most of this new generation is used to doing like everything on a phone, like watching videos and stuff, I feel like things should be optimized for that platform, such as video aspect ratio. You might already be yelling at me like, oh, well, there's like TikTok, and yeah, there's TikTok, and that's become so popular in the past like couple of years. The funny thing to me about TikTok is how I'm pretty sure the entire thing just got popular from YouTube commentary channels making fun of it, and in that process, that's what made it more popular. I mean, obviously, a lot of people came over from, like, Musical.ly, and Musical.ly was popular before, but I only saw a big explosion in, like, TikTok popularity after commentary YouTubers started, like, making fun of it, and then people started going over to TikTok to make, like, ironic TikToks, and then a lot of people stayed and got their friends to come, and they were like, oh, wait, this is, like, a legitimate platform. So, you know, they literally helped promote the very thing they were making fun of. So good job, guys. Obviously, I don't think any commentary YouTubers have anything legitimately against TikTok, though. I mean, it just gives them content, so good for them. Anyway, small tangent. Like, it makes sense that TikTok is such a young viewer base, because most of it is entirely on phones in that vertical aspect ratio, because that's what... You see how this whole thing kind of ties together, like what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it's just really interesting how right now 16:9 and like PC games and everything seems so standard, but if you like take a look at the future in 20 years, everything is going to be different. It's not just going to be like mobile. There's also going to be like there might be something totally new that pops up next year and then becomes really popular really fast, like mobile phones, you know? I was bridging off to a village and now it's gone. Oh my god. Wait, no, that's the one I came from. Okay. It's just a lot further away than I thought. Oh my goodness. Man, I kind of wish it was closer. I was gonna get there and then end the episode because I'm out of things to say. I just think it's really interesting how things change. I know, hot take. It's crazy how things change over time, especially in a time where technology is developing so fast. Insane thing that's never been said before. I had a couple of different ideas for what to talk about this video. I was gonna maybe talk about like the story of my channel, but I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's an interesting story, but I've already told it a bunch and it's just kind of, I don't know, maybe that's a future episode. I just feel like not that many people would care besides me, but apparently a lot of people would care about mobile games and phones and whatever. Good job, brain. I also was maybe thinking about like talking about the current state of the Sonic series, because I think about that a lot. It's kind of sad, honestly, how much I think about like what I think should be done to the Sonic series, but the thing about that is that so many people have different opinions. You know, I probably shouldn't be talking about this in case I want to save it for a future episode. I still don't know what the goal of this series is, if I'm being honest. I'm just bridging across the infinite void, gathering resources very, very slowly, and eventually I'm gonna justify myself cheating my way into the end and maybe beating the game. That's the plan. You know, before I recorded this video, I recorded an entire video on Mario Flashback for like the secondary Sage content on this channel, because I said I was going to do that. I was going to make some videos on non-Sonic games, and that was like the first one on the list. I recorded the entire video, and then I realized I wasn't even recording. So that was great. That was a much shorter recording than this one is, and that would have been much easier and more fun to edit down, but here we are now. I still felt like I had to record something. Also, I haven't even recorded my content for the main channel this week, and I didn't even upload last week, so I should probably be doing that instead right now. I think it's going to be another scratch video. I don't know when this video is coming out. I'm probably going to finish the main channel video for this week, and then I'll come... Oh, I left my bed. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Oh, there's an Enderman. Oh, there's a lot of mobs, not mods. Oh, I'm kind of stuck here. Oh, would you look at that? It just naturally became daytime because I waited. There was just a really big cut. But I think I'm going to prioritize the main channel video, and then I'll come back and edit this one and post it after, because I feel like I'm kind of slacking on the main channel, except I've also kind of been doing that all year. So that's kind of a problem. Oh yeah, another video topic I was going to talk about is YouTube and why I'm bad at it. I've got a lot of video topics, man. I should have never stopped making this series. It's okay. It's back now. It'll never leave again. All right. I really hope I don't die here because it will be a long walk back. All right, we're good. In case anyone's wondering why the gunpowder looked like that, it's because I'm using Labby mod. All right. There are 2 blacksmiths here. We're going to check them out and then end the episode. I need obsidian, I think. I think the nether is definitely going to be a good place to go. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I got what I asked for. I'm not on 1.16 because blacksmiths don't have like all the good loot like they do in 1.8. So to just preserve the original Sky Village survival spirit, I decided I should just go with 1.8 instead. But maybe before I go into the nether, I'll upgrade to 1.16 maybe. I don't know. I might need to make like a test world for that to see if that's even like a feasible thing, because I don't even know how villages would generate in Sky Village survival with this. Hey, in case we ever get a horse, we have diamond horse armor. Just kidding, I'm not taking that. And there's a lot of villages around us. This zombie is stacked. I'm gonna end the episode there. What did I just talk about for 23 minutes? I don't know. Bye.